Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the second episode of Stocks to Watch. So, we had a bullish day as you were expecting, and Nifty and Bank Nifty kind of tried to test the areas of supply, which I was very cautious about. So, in the morning, we kind of saw that there was momentum, but then, we kind of faded away. But towards the end of the day, thanks to Bajaj Twins and a few other large cap stocks, Bank Nifty and Nifty kind of stabilized. But we saw a lot of action in the mid cap and the small cap space. That is what we've been discussing in the previous episode as well, that there is a lot of action in the broader markets where mid caps, small caps, earnings based stocks are doing extremely well, and sector specific stocks, stock specific action is something that we are seeing. So today I have another list of stocks which I would be watching, and again there are a few stocks which are a repeat from yesterday because I think the move in those stocks is yet to come. But before we do that, let's quickly have a look at our discussion about the stocks that we had discussed yesterday and what did they do today. So this is the watch list from yesterday. So we had a bunch of stocks in the watch list. So again, as I said, engineering stocks were doing extremely well. So ISEC Heavy Engineering, this stock basically gapped up a lot, and I think the stock was gapping up, I think more than 8 or 9%. Yes, it was up 9%, and the intraday high for this stock from the last day close was approximately 19%. So you can look at the level of bullishness that engineering stocks had, and we also had a discussion about this particular stock, which I told you that it's a small cap stock, should not deal with it. But again, this is also up 5% purely because of the technical structure. GK Wires, again, another stock that we had discussed, another upper circuit today. However, it actually gave chances to enter. So in the middle, I think the circuit was opened, and I think this is still going to continue. Again, these are very risky stocks. You should not be dealing with them, but only from educational perspective, only to study and track your, style of trading. Try to observe these structures. It's definitely going to help you out. Then Lumax Technologies. I think I had a discussion about you with you that the auto OEM sector is going to do really well, and Lumax Auto was up about 3.5%. Same with Electra. We also had a discussion with Electra. We are still in this trade. Vadilal Industries was another stock that we had a discussion about, and even that stock is up about 2.5%. And apart from that, all these other stocks, I'm still expecting some action, but maybe it could come in the days to come. So Sansera did a shakeout today, and we were into that trade. We were stopped out, but I think I'm going to reattempt this. So if you look at Sansera, this big candle right here, what you see, so I think this was definitely a shakeout, and probably in the next 1 or 2 days to come, you will expect this to be trading in the 840 range. That's my personal view. CCL, Bale, both of them, I think, are going to perform really well, and I think there is action over there. RVNL, Ircon, I think I had informed you that RVNL's earnings were very bad, so these railway related stocks are not probably going to do well. Then we also got Medico, which we had a discussion about. Medico Remedies, this also was up about 2.5%. So again, engineering stocks doing good. We got auto OEM stocks doing good as well. And today also we had a lot of mixed action. A lot of banks did well. A lot of financial services stocks did well. And right now what we're going to be talking about is the stocks that could do well tomorrow. So let's have a look at the list of those stocks. So the first one on the list is Network 18, which is Network 18 Media, and it is forming and setting up really nicely. Nice price contraction into this range. So we've been seeing this range for quite a few weeks now, and now I think this is the time for range expansion to kind of take place. So I think this is going to be really critical. We are into this trade as a swing, and I think we can expect some explosive fireworks onto this name. Also, the media sector is kind of setting up really nicely because in the next few stocks you will also have Sun TV, which was doing pretty well, setting up literally like Network 18, and the sister concern of Network 18, News 18 Media, even that is doing really well. So all of these media stocks I think are setting up decently. So please keep a watch out on that, and Network 18 definitely. Then comes RHIM, which is RHI Magnesia India. Again, similar structure over there. We are trying to contract tightly into this range, and we've seen that since the starting of the month we have been into a contracting range, and the earnings I think are expected to come in today. But I did not really track the earnings of this particular stock, but I think this is a good performer, so would be expecting the earnings to be good. So keep a track on this one. If by chance the earnings are already announced, then the stock is going to gap up. But if not, just keep a track on this one as well. I think this is going to give a solid move. Now, Indigo is not setting up, particularly for a setup, but what it is doing, I just want to make you cautious that it is trying to break out of this previous high. And for those of you who understand, this is more likely to be a trap area. So do not go long over here unless and until on an intraday basis you see something. But talking about strength, Indigo is actually coming out of this very, very strong base, right? So this base has been building up since 2021, and all of this strength also has a lot to do with the closure of Go Air, and that gives another 7.5% market share for Indigo to capture. And we've also seen that the white jet fuel prices have been on the downside, like they've been sliding. That increases margins for aviation players. So that is the reason why I feel that there could be a lot of action happening in Indigo. So please keep a track on that. I think this is going to be really interesting. Then next up is Honeywell Automation. This is a higher price stock, 40,000 rupee stock. Again, trying to be into this range, and I think there could be a range expansion happening. Although a lot of traders don't really like to trade this stock, it's not their first preference. But I think again this could give a solid action. So just keep it on radar. Again, this is one of those stocks which is not ready to move yet, but I think should be on radar. Next up is Sun TV, again from the media space, and I think similar things, just like Network 18. I think this could really have an action maybe in a day or two, and this is coming off, after liquidating these lows and from these areas of demand. So I think this could be really strong, really solid. Earnings were decent for this particular name, and hence I think there could be a continuation. Following up on my view on insurance, I told you PSU insurance companies like JICRI, which is General Insurance Corporation of India, and NIACL, which is now, New India Assurance Company, a New India Assurance Corporation Limited. I think both of them could do extremely well. Both of them are setting up very beautifully. This is the chart of JICRI, which is General Insurance, and I think there is an expansion coming in. Earnings were very good. Same with NIACL. NIACL reported earnings yesterday after I uploaded the video, and their earnings are also fantastic. Very good solvency ratios, very good, claims to settlement ratio. I think everything was good as per an insurance company. So Jikri and NIACL both on the watch. Now Sundaram Group companies are also on radar. So Sundaram Fasteners and Sundaram Finance, both of them are coming out of this kind of a tight base. So again, this has been like a very strong performer, doing really well, creating multiple bases, and now it's trying to move out of this. So I think this is also another stock that you should be keeping, on your radar, which is Sundaram Fasteners. Next up is Vijaya Diagnostics. Now this has been like an underperformer, but we have seen that the entire hospital sector had done well, and now what the stock is doing is the stock is sitting at its weekly and daily demand over here, and over here we saw institutional action, and now what's happening is there is an accumulation that's continuously happening and going on, and even today the stock was, I think, once up 3.5%. So I think it's going to be interesting to see on how Vijaya operates from here. This is a low float stock. You can see a test of these highs, which is about an 18% move from here. This is a more of a technical trade. So if you're not into, if you're not a lot into technicals, you might not be able to trade this really well. But just keep it on radar. And if you are holding this in your portfolio, I think this is where you could see a breather. So Vijaya Diagnostics definitely under my radar. Supreme Industries, I don't really like it that much because I think the low risk entry is gone after this little shakeout over here. And if you observe the chart really properly, this is something similar that Sansera has done today. So Supreme for an intraday continuation play, I think could be really interesting. But this is again an area where lots of liquidity will be present. So this is where you have to be very cautious as well. But again, I think very, very, very strong Supreme Industries. I think, or even if you look at from a bigger picture perspective, the stock is basically finally coming out of this very big base, which has been building up since 2021, and now it's again creating like a smaller range which it is trying to break out of. So again, very interesting, but again going to be tricky to trade this because of the liquidity present here. So please keep this on your radar as well. Now East India Hotels is, I'm interested in this because the results that were posted by Lemon Tree today were out of the park. I mean, Lemon Tree killed it. Very good operating cash flow numbers, very good margins, very good revenue, solid guidance. So I think Lemon Tree is definitely going to be on my watch list, which I'll talk to you about, in the next few minutes. And East India Hotels also very good numbers, and I think this is also a stock that could be setting up, pretty decently, and it's trading at new all-time highs. Yeah, near all-time highs, not exactly at all-time high, but just I think 5 or 6% shy of all-time highs, and I think this could be a good test of these highs. And a stock which is extremely solid. The stock has been moving up, contracting into a range, moving up, contracting into a range, moving up. And now I think this could be a final contraction for the final leg of the up move, for at least this year's rally. So I think East India Hotels and the entire hotel space definitely something to watch out for. Schaeffler India, again, very good structure setting up. Bouncing from these areas of demands and these order blocks over here, and then now trying to be in a very tight range. I think this could start exploding tomorrow, and the targets for this, like if you will get an entry tomorrow, I think this gap fill should definitely be an immediate first target, and then I think it could definitely kind of test these highs as well. So again, this is also a very very good looking structure. I think there's lots of contraction happening, which could definitely lead to like a decent move coming into this. NIACL, I've already discussed this. Jikri, NIACL, similar structures. I think this is definitely bound to do well. It's just a matter of time when it moves out. Narayana Hrudayalaya, again from the hospital and the nursing sector, and it's trading at new all-time highs, fresh upgrades, very good operational performance when the earnings came out. And you can see that post the earnings, the stock was, I think, gapping up about 10%, yes, 5-6%, and on that day it was up 11%. So again, it's trying to get into a tight range. I feel that there is another 1 or 2 days of consolidation left, and then it could probably take another move. So just keep it on radar. Not yet ready. It's one of those stocks that come into my category of not being ready yet, but should be on radar. That is one of those stocks. Now, AI Engineering, again, a stock that was there from yesterday's list. Engineering stock doing really well, and now it is moving beyond this range. So, on an intraday basis, I think lots of opportunities could be explored. Again, don't try to trade this breakout anymore now. Risk reward is not in favor, but I think there could be a good continuation happening. Lumax, again, for a continuation play. If you're already in, very good. If you're not in, just avoid this, because I think the risk reward is not in your favor. But just keep observing on of what this stock does, because I think it's going to do really well. Next up, we have Lemon Tree, and as I said, the earnings were fantastic, and I think irrespective of how average or how poor the structure is looking right now, I think you could see it trading above these all-time highs tomorrow. That's how good the result was. However, Lemon Tree trades at a very expensive valuation, very expensive, very premium, very rich valuations. From an investment perspective, not the right place to buy, but from a swing trader perspective, from a momentum trading perspective, I think this should definitely interest you tomorrow. Then I've got two real estate stocks in my list because of what Dilip Buildcon did today. I mean, just look at DBL, and Dilip Buildcon was at an upper circuit today. Fantastic earnings, and this is what earnings can do to a stock, right? The stock was literally dead, right? It did not really participate in the real estate rally, and after liquidating all these lows, the stock is now up, in an upper circuit. Very good comeback, and that is the reason Brigade, Phoenix Mills, Lodha Group, all of these stocks could be definitely on your radar. Brigade structure is not something that I really like, but I think that's a good proxy to Phoenix Mills and all of these other real estate stocks. Even Godrej Properties, DLF are already overdone, so I would like you to explore this real estate, small pockets of real estate stocks which have not done really well in that rally. So Brigade could be one. Other could be Lodha Group, which is Macrotech Developers. I think that is also one stock that you should be watching out for. Again, the move has already happened. So real estate, I think it's the last bit of the party which is still left. So please keep a watch out on that. But if you want a low risk one, I think Ahluwalia Constructions is, coming out of this very beautiful base, and I think it's set for a continuation, decent earnings. And if you don't know what Ahluwalia Constructions does, it is the company which has basically has is the partner to build the Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus in Bombay, the reconstruction that's happening. It has built CBI headquarters. It's built BKC in Bombay, and it is also currently the partner of DLF for their latest projects, the luxury projects that they've sold. So very good, solid management, solid company, and technically it is setting up really nicely because I think it could just start exploding from here because the base that we basically have is about 62%. So I will not be surprised to see the stock at 1,000 rupees, maybe 6 months, 1 year down the line, or maybe in like 18 months. I think that's something that I'll be looking at. So in short, in a nutshell, I think Nifty and Bank Nifty still have little, small little rooms to move up, and you have to be cautious in that perspective. Like if you're trading, if you're an index trader and trying to trade Nifty, Bank Nifty, but the stocks that I've told you, I think probably are the strongest structures that are, being setting up in the market, and engineering stocks again, PSU insurance stocks, and some construction realty stocks, I think are going to be on my watch list, and obviously the other stocks that I've already told you. Some are from the construction material sector, and some are even from the hospital sector. We spoke about Vijaya and we spoke about Narayana Hrudayalaya. So I think these can continue its momentum on the upside. And today, a lot of Nifty 50 stocks also did really well. I think Bajaj Finserv, Bajaj Finance literally shot up the last mile rally. So if I just open up Nifty, the list over here, right? So if you look at this, we've basically seen that the cement stocks also did really well today. But I think it faded away towards the end of this. So you can see Ultratech, you can see Grasim over here. I think even if I look at the cement sector in general, so just look at this, right? Look at this sectoral performance. Orient Cement, Ramco Cement up 3%, India Cement, Manglam, JK. So I think another continuation in this. Now there is one stock which has not really moved in this entire cement rally, and that is Nuvoco Vistas. So I think this is also something that you can explore. Although the structure is downtrending, everything is okay, but I think if it starts moving beyond this, I think it could really have an explosive move because all the other cement stocks have moved up. So more or less, I think this is probably it from my side. I will again, ask you to be very cautious because the markets are at dangerous levels right now. So we are again very close to testing these supplies out. Another 250, 300 points move that we can basically have. But the closing that we have today, I think, could set up something nice for tomorrow. However, I was just tracking the American markets; they're down a little bit, so maybe we can have a gap down opening. But then again, as I said, we have this big gap to be covered. So maybe on an index front, we get some weakness, but stocks that I've told you, I think those are again going to be something that I will definitely be watching out for. And I think that is the right way to get outperformance from the market, where the market is not really doing a lot of things. So that's it from my side. If you like such content, please make sure to comment and tell me how it is. If you want to give some feedback or suggestions, please click on the like button and the subscribe button if you're watching it on YouTube, and I will keep getting this kind of content to you every single day. Thank you so much. All the very best for your next trading day. Good night and take care. Thank you.